why our culture doesn't talk about sex. So don't we? Don't we talk? It seems like we talk. Jonathan, what are you talking about? It seems like we're talking about sex. It seems like everything is about sex. What I mean by talk about sex is maybe how we handle the topic of sex. There seems to be, and again, maybe it's the puritanical roots. I don't know. Do we really know? But there seems to be a lot of shame around sex. That sex is sort of akin to doing something wrong, or it's dirty, it's a sin. Sex is a sin. Unless you're using it for procreation, it's a sin. It's supposed to feel good so you have more babies and boom, 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 that's it, done. Is that true? I don't believe that. Hopefully you don't believe that, because if you did, you're probably in the wrong place. But think about these things as far as why I think maybe we don't talk about sex, maybe don't talk about it in the right way. What I think is the right way is, why is violence in Western culture, specifically American culture too, more acceptable than talking about sex? So you can show everything as far as violence to many age groups, but you can't show nudity, you can't show sexual situations. They're even going to warn you, trigger warning, it's sexual situations, even though we all are the product of sex. That's how we got here. But what is that about? It's a sense of shame. Again, it's all cultural. It's a sense of insecurity because of the shame, but it's also insecurity over the act itself, because we don't talk about it a lot. It's this thing that sort of you do in the shadows, and it's hush hush, and if you see it's only for a certain kind of population. There's shame or insecurity over sexual parts. We don't show those because they're dirty, right? Even though literally everybody has them. Everybody has them, but they're dirty. Maybe my parts aren't right. Maybe my parts are too big or too small or unusual looking or whatever, that they're somehow wrong. The youth-oriented culture in the West, again, often mostly American, but Western, I would say in general, youth-oriented, meaning if you have wrinkles or your testicles sag, they should. It's to keep them cooler. Come on, people. Or whatever you think doesn't look attractive, we make jokes about it. So it's this youth-oriented. If you have, if your body starts sagging, it doesn't look as fit or as toned as it used to. Social media clearly doesn't help with this, because that's projecting oftentimes the best version of ourselves. It used to be when we had film cameras. Personally, I would maybe have like 3 photographs of me a year. Sometimes it was like 3 photographs at a birthday party, done. Now it's like somebody goes to the bathroom and they take 20 pictures. Like, come on. It's like, we don't need this many pictures, because what happens is then you only keep the perfect ones. There are pictures that I have from the 1970s where the only pictures of me that year were like, the weird pictures. My graduation picture after graduating with my cap on was this. Ooh, you didn't see it until 2 weeks later. Well, that's what we have. So can't go back and change it now. But we're so focused on everything looking perfect. And then that leads into the bedroom, leads into sex, leads into the idea of the perfect body. And you must have filters. And because there's porns everywhere, which that's a whole other topic, which we get into, the idea that we're observers to this act. But no, when you're having sex, you're in the act. They're this far away, not I see the whole person. So get away from that. The notion of these perfect bodies, well, most people in Western culture are obese. So are those the types of bodies you're imagining? The normal bodies, the real looking bodies? Or do you have this fantasy of how people should look, even though hardly anyone actually looks that way? So again, I just want to add with the notion of, again, the idea that the things we're uncomfortable with, the things that we feel shame over, the things that we feel insecure over, we tend to make jokes about. So just kind of notice the things that you're making jokes about, and the things that maybe you are insecure about, when it comes to sex, when it comes to your sex life, when it comes to your own physical body, when it comes to your partner's physical body, and just kind of see where you sit with this issue about how we view sex in Western culture. I'll see you on the next video.